reviewing the news, pop culture, video games, movies, and shoes. Quincy and Justin with a nerdy forecast. So stay a while and welcome to the Ugly Mugs Podcast.
Welcome to the Ugly Mugs Podcast. I'm your host, Justin.
I'm your other host, Quincy.
How we doing today, Q?
I'm alright. I should have eaten before the podcast. I had an apple.
Oh, well, get your vitamin, what is it, A and a little bit of K in there. But, you know, does it have vitamin C? I don't think apples have C. But
PPLE.
A little bit of the letters that we don't really pay too much attention to. Got anything special?
All I know is they're supposedly keep doctors away, and you know.
I mean, if you throw them at them, I guess. But anything special to drink?
Nope, normal K cup.
I'm drinking water because I had blood drawn today. Yeah, today was a fun day. Yeah, today was a fun day. But we got a lot of really good stuff. A lot of really good stuff to get the blood really pumping. Over on the good old Humble Bundle, just something quick, simple, easy. No game bundles as of right now. A little bit of a dry spot, but the RPG Maker stuff. I've seen a lot of really good games be made in RPG Maker, so if you have a little bit of an inkling with a very simple engine, RPG Maker MV and their collection of Studio Suite editions, maybe what you're looking for. $25 gets you everything included, including music, sounds, texture mapping, being able to do it in Unity 3D, if in case you want to do instead of the original 2D isometric, it gives you assets for 3D model making. And then even like 2D card fighter style, as well as a 2D shoot 'em up. They've added a whole lot of different ways you can make your game a living venture in a very simple suite. Would you make a game using?
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna ask. Would you make a game using RPG Maker?
I was gonna say it's been a long time since I've even considered making a game. I mean, maybe.
$25, and it also makes it very available for mobile games in case you want to do a gacha game. If you have the artistic assets to do that, not a bad idea. In today's times where money is flying all over the place, and we'll get to that story a little bit later. This charity is Extra Life as well as the Children's Miracle Network Hospital. Basically both of which have dedicated themselves to being able to play video games in hospitals and being able to get a lot of help and necessary enjoyment into hospitals, as well as extended care placements. They also have another what do they freaking call them? GDQ, Games Done Quick style charity fundraiser soon. I keep forgetting the word fundraiser for some odd reason, but they'll be having one, I believe, at the end of this month. So keep an eye out for that, and hopefully they'll be giving out a lot of good stuff. Kicking right off immediately into even more Humble Bundle news. Humble Games had a showcase, and some games that have already been released but have a little bit more to talk about, such as Wizard of Legend, a really nice indie game that I really enjoyed the stylings of.
The art looks familiar.
I mean, it's a little... The original's a little odd, but the new one kind of adds a little bit more 3D and pop to it. A little Hades, if you will.
Okay.
But it adds a roguelite...
Hey, Stinky!
I really should turn those off. Roguelite elements to them, and I like roguelites with a little bit of twin-stick shooter, you know. So they just basically added a little bit more to that. This game's already out and about, but adding more free features, not a bad idea. There we go. Town of Zaws. In a day and age where we exist to have 60 FPS locked games or games that can hit frame rates of 120, this game is locked at 24 frames a second. And it looks fantastic.
It's an interesting concept. Mm-hmm. I get that it's for artistic thoughts and whatnot. I don't hate it.
Oh,
it kind of gives a throwback feel, but also still being modern.
very much so, and it's basically a build your own farm while also having a little bit of a Cult of the Lamb beat 'em up style isometric fight 'em game. I really like that, so with this art style, I may check this game out. I believe this is going to be released soon. It just said coming soon, wishlist now. So keep an eye out for Town of Zoz. Z-O-Z. This one's an odd one to really explain because when I was trying to figure out how to get more of an information on this one, it's not too straightforward. So take Super Smash Brothers with River City Ransom with a little bit of Ninja Gaiden with a little bit of Cuphead. It's got perfect parries, but at the same time, it's got beat 'em up personality. It's got a small economy system. It's got a buddy system. It's all hand drawn, and it looks really nice. But as I said, it doesn't exactly do one thing overbearing. It looks very nice, very bubbly, very cartoony. I I might actually hop into this game. It looks tough. Looks fun. It is called
It looks kind of cute.
Breeze in the Clouds, which not necessarily a name of a game that would figure. I don't quite understand the story as of yet, but hopefully we'll get another one.
I'm assuming the dog is Breeze.
Oh,
based off of the neckerchief thing going on and the tie part of it being on the name.
Breeze in the Clouds would be.
Breeze is in the clouds.
Okay. Jump, brawl, and command the powers of weather as Breeze, a scrappy corgi swept in the world of clouds where animal forces control the weather. Okay. Now that I know a little bit more about the story, it's a very simplistic end of the world type, and we're trying to prevent it with your friends, your very good friends that come out and pop out and beat up these individuals. Okay. Humble Games really does really passionate games, albeit if the trailers don't necessarily show the story. Speaking of not really showing too much of the story, Antro, a very marvelous looking game that adds a little bit of limbo, a little bit of just running in dark scenes with lights that cast shadows that you're trying to hide from something in, a little bit of platforming. It definitely speaks volumes, but once again, not 100% sure on this dystopian universe. Let's see if there's anything in this one. 2.5D platformer game that blends fast-paced action, puzzle solving, and parkour. Antro is set in a dystopian future where humanity is forced underground. Not very much there, but okay. Hopefully in the near future we get to see a little bit more. This one, I believe it also said coming soon in wishlist, but there is a demo that was dropped during the Next Fest on Steam. So you can go fetch this one up on Steam right now just to check out the first area. By dope. So we're not going to get Silksong anytime soon, but good news. There are other indie developers that are making fantastic looking games that will be...
That's the Hollow Knight one, right?
That is correct.
Still waiting on?
Yeah, that is correct. Since
Since the start of time.
Yeah, pretty much since like 2018, I think we got that 2018, 2019, we got that trailer during E3. And then it had a soft date of, I think it was like late 2023, and then it disappeared. The date just said coming soon now. So if you're wanting something that's in that realm with a little bit more of a really nice art style, you can see a little bit of watercolor with a little bit of like brush stroke stylings, really nice Japanese architecture mixed in with a little bit of like mythicism. I'm not 100% sure of it, but it looked fan-fucking-tastic. Overall, it seems to have gotten a lot of praises, a lot of nominations, and a lot of awards for its excellence. 9.5 out of 10, 4.5 out of 5, 9.5 out of 10. Worst it's got here is an 8 out of 10 from someone else. Point stands.
Shack News? I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I don't know what Shack News is. I know bonus action. But even still,
I
looking
don't
at
know most of these. I know yeah, okay, Game Rant, Hardcore Gamer, Xbox. Yeah, I know those ones.
but if you want a good Metroidvania with a very distinct art style and very stiff controls, you would definitely want some really good stiff controls in these types of games. And holy cow, does this look like it hits that note very hard. This one's definitely going to be on my list when this one drops. Sadly, I believe this one just says yet another coming soon. When Humble Games Showcase pulled this one out, they just said a lot of our games are coming soon. They'll be ready when they're ready. Most of them are already kind of on their last stages, but they have the freedom to release these games when they become available. We're not going to tie down any of our development studios to dates. I was like, that's fair, but at the same time, anticipation is everything. What are we supposed to wish list a coming soon? A little of one hand, a little of the other. I am still very much excited for Bo, Path of the Teal Lotus. Uh, it looks fantastic, and as I said,
I think my stream froze.
we're not going to be getting
Keep going. I'm just refreshing. I can't. I think my stream froze.
copy. As I said, we're not getting Silksong anytime soon, so this is definitely going to fill that void when this decides to pop out as the. This one says coming soon, so I can only imagine it will be very soon. Let me see if down below has any date. Check out latest trailer for the sneak peek. No, it doesn't. Bit of a bummer, but hopefully soon. And then
that was an interesting ad I just got on our stream.
Go on.
It was some kind of device on someone's dashboard that was a screen that allowed them to watch Netflix.
How very unsafe of you.
Right? What was that?
Unsure, but then again, you could do it in a Tesla now, so.
With a Tesla, and not to give them any fucking credit, when you're in drive mode, it doesn't do it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Not even for the people on the passenger side?
No, because it's visible from the driver.
Oh. I guess that makes sense. But do. And then I believe this is last from that. Yes, this is last from the Humble Games Showcase. There was one other, but it was just a teaser that only had some images. But this one, I've played Monaco, the first game, and I actually really enjoy Monaco with people. But playing alone, it leaves a little lackluster. But Monaco 2 has been on my list for some time, and now there's actual gameplay, and it's got its prep stages. It has procedural generation. It has better perks. It has a little bit of roguelike elements because you can find pieces to help you do better in that exact mission. I can really stand by what Monaco 2 is going to definitely be doing in the near future. However, it was very simplistic in its execution for this. The developer, head dev, him and his dog talk a little bit about the things you'll be able to do in the game.
Him and his dog?
Yeah, he and his
Just
dog.
make sure I heard you right.
Yeah.
I just make sure I heard you right.
Gotcha. Yeah, he and his dog just chill out and talk about the game and say when things go awry.
I trust this man.
I also don't mind him. He was really yucking up the fact that Monaco was a passion project and that Monaco 2 is still a part of that passion, and being able to get some actual ground on doing a old school Lupin style thievery game. Being able to use the abilities of the individuals you are playing as to commit a really boastful crime of stealing some priceless treasures. I can appreciate that. I can appreciate when a dev talks about their game.
Yeah. When a dev talks about their game and actually knows what they're talking about their game.
Correct. Once again, another coming soon, but he says maybe a little bit closer than you think. So here's to hoping that it's right around the corner. But I know one person in chat super excited about this. As of yesterday, this morning, Fate Reawakened popped out, and for those who know Fate, it's like a Diablo clone before-ish Diablo really kicked off. It's kind of unclear of who stole assets, but there are sounds in Diablo that are in Fate or vice versa. And so it's a little but at the same time both were able to make their games. With Fate Reawakened, it also introduced Fate Collection, where it has all four of the games. The first game alone on its own is $8, and if you want the whole collection, it is $24.99. Not a bad deal if you're wanting all four of them re-rendered and available in 4K. Even though the textures are still very old school, very 1999-ish.
I've never played any of those.
It's Diablo, but a little bit more arcadey is, I guess, the best way to put it.
Interesting.
Speaking of an old school game coming back, I really have a tough spot with this one, but good news, some people really liked it and really want to support it. The Sinking City. And we have here in front of us a very brief tech demo trailer of The Sinking City 2, where you see some creatures that are a little beyond what our minds can fathom, etc., etc. I really do enjoy the idea of Sinking City, but however, playing Sinking City and putting the
It had some rough stuff to it.
I found an area that I could just grind and get all of my ammunition to maximum, and I could have completed the game, but I just got so.
I found an area where a big bad that I was not to level 2 could just fucking kill me through a wall when I walked by.
That's right. So it was a little rough. it had rough spots. However,
and I went, well, don't like that.
Yeah, I made it about halfway through the story, I think. It seemed like it was going to be a very short game from how much of the map I opened up, but I left it. I did not. My heart wasn't into it. However, looking at this trailer, I was like, ooh, this all looks good. This looks great. I do enjoy the characters I saw on screen. Not very many talkie characters. A couple little, hot spots here and there. Being able to connect bits of your investigation together. A little bit of survival horror. Okay.
I liked a little bit of the action we saw. I'm not completely closed off to this, but I think I want to see someone hands-on. I don't know that I would go into the Kickstarter on this. It does have a Kickstarter, and I don't know that I would jump in on that. I think I would want to see some people hands-on before I go into the copy.
Correct. I also want to see a little bit more of it. It already has its pledged goal by almost well over 3 times its original goal of 108,975. It is now sitting at $368,000 with 23 days to go. So I'm happy. I am very happy to see this get backed and begin to get more accumulation and funding. And there are a lot of backers. The standard edition you can pre-purchase right now. You get basically the digital download and closed playtests that you're going to be able to just get Steam keys for. So that means that you are able to influence the development and send in your playtesting. So
nice.
I actually really appreciate that. Yeah, they're wanting to make sure. The premium edition that will also come with all DLC that is going to be coming out, any day one launches, any extra skins, that sort of thing. 55 euros, about 60 USD. So they're already well above any AAA title right now, with as far as what it's going to be launched with. Now this is where stuff gets really fucking cool. So, I don't know if you noticed this, Q, but the 100 euro, about 109 USD, comes with all previous digital rewards, all day one stuff, but it also comes with, let me grab the details so that way it's a lot easier to get the list. Oh, god dang it. You get your name in the credits, that's a plus, but I guess I have to go into the actual thing, so hang on, give me 1 second, I have to scroll down further.
One of the things I like about doing while you look,
okay.
One of the things I like doing with Kickstart, that I like about Kickstarter, is a lot of the times you get something physical with a lot of these, which is something that has fallen by the wayside when it comes to pre-ordering of games. Nowadays, when you pre-order a game, you don't get anything physical like you used to. So you got it now.
Yes, I do. And I'm gonna
Cool.
try and wiggle it down. Oh shit! Well, it's gonna be right here.
It looks like what you're showing me is probably exactly what I was just talking about.
That is correct. So you get a couple really cool patches, a thank you letter. It looks handwritten, but I'm not 100% sure. But it's probably going to be postmark type stuff. A metal Cthulhu poster of him hanging out in a bathtub with a little rubber ducky. A memorabilia steel case for the game itself. And Arkham postcards, and stickers. And I'm like, okay, that's not bad. Plus everything that was preemptive, so that means you're getting the playtesting, you're getting all the DLC for only 109 USD. That's better than most limited edition stuff right now. And
Okay, that's pretty awesome.
that is great. Further down, the collector's edition. Let me grab that one. The collector's edition has all the things that the other one does, as well as the original soundtrack on a printed CD, a Deep Wind figure that looks like a Creature of the Black Lagoon, but with a little bit more of the eldritch horror theme to it, a pinup poster of fish folk, and an occult keychain that I really like. But the one big thing that I'm hoping is not scale here is an official art book, and it says over 150 pages. So hopefully it's more of like an 8x10 but sideways type of thing. And this
It does look pretty small.
It does look a little small. I have a couple art books that are about that size, and I'm going to be frank, there's not a lot of art in it, but 150 pages, so it's like a medium-sized tome. Maybe that'll make up for it. I could see spending the let me go back to the collector's edition. How much is that one? I believe it's 140. No, 200 for that one. 218 USD for the big collector's edition with the art book and the original soundtrack. I really enjoy it, and they of course have goals that as you're building up money, you add more monsters. The initial goal, of course, 100,000 euro, $300,000 more investigation, 375,000 new monster variations. They're thinking up new things to add to these. So I'm very excited.
That's pretty cool.
And I really like these monster designs. They look really otherworldly. I just hope that they're not as, sorry to say, the first game was very basic to me. The investigation parts were
It left a bad taste in your mouth, and that's fair. Like I said, I don't want to pass judgment on this one.
I don't either.
You know what I mean?
Yes, and
I need to see people hands-on. I need to be hands-on, something like that, before I can really say much.
yeah, I just
So far, I like the way they're running their Kickstarter.
I also do. I am glad that all the physical stuff is going to be good. It shows you what tier gets what. They are adding extra little bits and bobs, and they're adding extra tiers, such as the Letters of Arkham. This does, in addition to all previous stuff, you also get a letter to be found in the Arkham area. Further down, you get your name and a quote you get to leave behind. Basically, whether or not it's strung up in blood or on a piece of paper. Further down, an Arkham painting. You can have yourself painted into the game. Further down, you get the Weapon Master. You get to actually craft a weapon that is going to be placed in the game, which is kind of interesting, but I would assume you need to have a little bit of a keen mind for the time that it's going to be placed in. I hope you're not going to pull out like a Tesla gun or something, but I dug a little bit further down when we were kind of mumbling about, and you threw this at me, and I scrolled down and read a bit more. I am going to wait to see more gameplay. I want to see more pre-alpha stuff. I want to see some people play this. But that also brings me to yet another project on Kickstarter. That's why the title of this one's called Kickstart My Heart with Some Great Games, because there's going to be a lot of good stuff coming, including Hopetown. One of my favorite games that I played through 2022, I believe, was Disco Elysium. And I've been trying very hard to get the Disco Elysium vinyl, or at least get my eyes on some that aren't outrageously expensive. Hopetown continues on that tradition of really great storytelling with a really nice brushed art style and a storytelling that can only be as do what you want, pay for your consequences. And I am going to be quite frank, Hopetown definitely sparks that. They are asking for a Kickstarter to be popped up soon. It is not up yet, but hopefully it does fly on through. Oh, never mind. I didn't notice this further down. It is dropping Monday, March 17th. That
I
you'll
like
be
the
able to.
colors and the art.
Oh yeah. And another little tiny bit is you can be a journalist or you can just be a conspiracy theorist. You can shove people into being a gossip for you, or you can just be a crazy person trying to make people crazy too. I truly enjoy the idea of who do you want on your side and how do you get them on your side. It has the same narrator as Disco Elysium, so if you've ever played Disco Elysium, you know how calming and somewhat serious tone that voice can be as you're hearing Harry's inner mind tell you what's going on. I thoroughly am I'm gonna see how much it's gonna be to back this project, but I definitely might. This might be the second Kickstarter I back, more than likely. You gonna back this one? I know you didn't play Disco.
Um,
I know you didn't play
I
Disco
didn't think this
Elysium.
goes, so it's kind of up in the air.
That's fair.
Maybe once I see more about it, I could potentially see backing it. I haven't backed a Kickstarter in a very long time. I think
But
the last one I backed was the Friday the 13th game.
oh yeah,
That was
did they get
well,
picked back up? I forget.
no,
No.
no, their servers are officially done because of everything.
Wow.
I was gonna say there was another one I did, but I realized that was limited run games and not a Kickstarter.
Oh yeah. And limited run. Oh, the Jay and Silent Bob, right?
That was the limited run one, yeah.
Gotcha. But dude, I'm gonna talk about Destiny just for 2 seconds, honest to God, because someone over there did both good and did really bad. So the good, Guardian Games 2025 started up and introduced a boss rush mode that is kind of fun and really enjoyable. And the Guardian Games armor looks really nice. Has this really nice Roman uh, fighter theme, gladiator theme. And I'll admit, I spent the bright dust on the Titan stuff. Shit looks great. The new arc trace rifle handles well. Cool. However, someone over there also dropped a little bit of the next part of what our quest is supposed to be. And the weapons are unmodeled. They look like you're holding Nerf guns. Untextured, really crappy looking Nerf guns.
I mean, is that what's showing on stream right now?
No. I
Oh,
will.
okay.
I
I
will
was
go and grab
looking
one.
at this like this doesn't look bad.
Hang on, I'll go grab one right now. Hang on. Destiny 2. I forget. I think it's the fucking. Let me go and grab it real quick. Yeah, I don't. Man, I don't care about that one. Never mind. Back. Let me go and grab.
I do like the confetti behind this one. The colors on this one is kind of cool too.
Oh yeah, the towers has confetti flying all over the place. The new emotes that have dropped with the new Guardian games are very vibrant. There's a DDR one if you do the Guardian Games Pass. There's a really nice shader if you do the Guardian Games Pass. I'm trying to find where that is, but sadly, fine. I'm just gonna click this YouTube link. Yeah. So let's, yeah. So the guy doesn't have any recording software, which is a bit of a pourquoi. But can I move this to my other screen? Thank you. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't record his screen, but there's what a hand cannon looked like. There was far worse
Whoa.
with the shotgun.
Really?
Yeah. There was
It's like a 3D print.
Yeah, it looks like an actual 3D print. The crosshair was also broken. The in menu model is also broken. Yeah, it looks like it's just a gun template with the Guardian logo over it. It so far a lot of people are a little upset. Guns work as it's supposed to. It's just doesn't look
I
the
mean,
same.
that's good.
But otherwise, everything's, as said, happening as it's supposed to. We're going to be getting our dungeon in less than a month, I think. But Act 2 of this thing is going off with a yay, but ugh. Go and support your team. So far, the Warlocks are taking it, and soon, for some odd reason, nobody on the Hunters side is helping them out at all. Every lobby I've been in, their banner is at the bottom. Poor guys.
Interesting.
Eh.
Well, maybe a bunch of hunters like me retired.
Yeah, maybe. It's not a dead game, but it's certainly a lot slower than it used to. But
Well, I mean, they kind of created that themselves. You know what I mean?
yeah. Speaking of creating things, Dead by Daylight, and Tokyo Ghoul, a collaboration I honestly wouldn't have seen coming, but I'm not mad at. Tokyo Ghoul, an anime, very depressing, very odd, very dark, very good animation style. I can definitely see this in the stylings of Dead by Daylight, and I'm very happy to see it. There was a little bit of playtesting on Twitch I had seen. The character looks like they're a little bit fun to play with. However, their kit is very unfair or very strange. You know, I haven't been in Dead by Daylight for years. This definitely wouldn't bring me back, but it does definitely raise an eyebrow. I mean, Wesker's in the goddamn game, and I was like, maybe, maybe
I don't know if I have Wesker or if I have
Leon.
no other villain.
Oh,
Um,
Nemesis.
Nemesis. Yeah. I don't remember which one I have. I think I have Nemesis. But my main thing with the game is having people to play with. You know what I mean? Like I enjoy the game, so every now and then I jump on and play with rando for some randos for like an hour or so, and then I get back off.
Yeah, as for me, I don't know. Having when I saw the flashlight spam thing, that's what kind of drove me away. Where I was just like, I don't want to play a killer that's
Yeah,
just
that
gonna
got
be.
annoying.
And but
That
they
got real fucking annoying. The flashlight started pissing me off.
apparently they fixed it kind of where you can still attack, but you are blinded. And I'm like, well, that's a plus, but eh.
No, yeah. So yeah, you can still attack one, but it just doesn't fucking matter if you can't see.
Right.
And it's fine. It's a defensive thing. It's the spamming of it and how much they can do it. That's the problem.
Yeah. Hopefully they've nerfed it down to passable standards. But as said, an interesting collaboration. Drops April 2nd, or unless you have the PBE that allows you to get it early, it's out, I believe, yesterday. But dope. An odd story to talk about considering they were doing so well. Pokemon Go, it being ran by Niantic said, "This is working well for us, but I think we're going to go somewhere else." And sold Pokemon Go, Monster Hunter Now, the Pikmin game. Uh, they have one more. But even still, Niantic sold all of their entire games businesses for $3.5 billion to Scopely. And Quincy gave me a little bit of a heads up about Scopely, and I said, ooh, maybe this might not be a good idea.
I've played games that originated there, and I've played games that they bought. And basically, what I have experienced is they make it to where if you're not paying, the game's very difficult to actually achieve anything in.
And you shouldn't have to need to buy something in order to
By the way,
progress.
it's Campfire, Wayfair, Wayfar, something like that. Pokemon Go, Pikmin Bloom, Monster Hunter Now, and then I think that's it.
Oh. Odd. I thought there was one more to it, but even still, Niantic was a big company. Like Monster Hunter Now. Don't get me wrong, I love Monster Hunter, and I've been playing it like hell this entire week. I got credits 3 days ago, and I've just been hunting and hunting and hunting, and I really enjoy this game. Now was fine, not my cup of tea, just because it still required you to get up and get out and do all that. I no. I don't know why you would take such a really good money making system and just go, we're just going to dump it off on this company. Now, don't get me wrong, all of their models, all of the base API, and I assume a few other effect or textural style things are still owned by Game Freak, so they can still use them for other games. So that's still a plus. So that's probably where they also grab some of the models for the Pokemon Coliseum, Pokemon Championship, I believe it's called, that we talked about last week. That's going to be on the mobile, and it's going to be done through someone else. So I don't know if that has any ties to it. That it's getting a little bit of a shrug from me. I have no clue what this deal is going to orchestrate for Pokemon Go, though. You, I think
So I'm looking into, I'm looking at like what Niantic's talking their next step is. So, I guess following the sale of their gaming division, Niantic is focusing on becoming a spatial AI company. It's going to be led by their founder and developing a large geospatial model for real-world understanding and navigation.
Okay. So you know those I think it's called Zoom, the weird blue and white vehicles that have the cameras all over it that are driving automatically
Yeah.
around the streets? I think they're going to be helping them out.
So yeah, that's it. Described as information that describes objects, events, and other features with a location on or near the surface of the Earth. So
Interesting. So we're going to be getting more AI vehicles in the near future.
hooray!
I mean, so far not a single one has had an accident in town, so that's a plus.
Are they fully launched now? Because they've all had drivers in them that I've seen.
They
Are
all
they
have
fully launched as a
they're going to keep
thing?
they're going to keep the drivers in them just to make sure that there is still
No, because they're
a
launching that maybe Zoom, but there's one that's supposed to be launching that's not supposed to have anyone at all.
Yeah, I don't want that. I saw a freaking Black Mirror episode that had everything to do with that. I don't want to mess with that. Also,
Yeah, it's those weird rectangular ones that it is Zoom. Zoom. ZOOX.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. No steering wheels or pedals or anything because there's no driver.
Oh god, that's so weird.
Yeah. It's a full blown fucking rounded rectangle
Also,
with the four sensors around it at the tip tops. You sit facing each other.
yeah, they're kind of like facing like forward and at each other at like that weird paradoxical angle, so that way it gets the full spectrum of what's around
No,
it.
the people.
Oh, the people.
You sit facing each other. Yeah.
Yeah,
In the car because there's no driver spot, so it's just four seats. You face each other.
that's weird. Also, you're called a goober in chat. Enjoy. But also, speaking of chat, you didn't realize Pokemon Go was worth that much. No, this is all of the Niantic properties. So, like the Pikmin one, the Monster Hunter one, and the other games that go along with it.
When the fuck was I called a goober in chat? I'm not seeing that.
Down at the bottom by Hugo.
My chat just repeatedly keeps saying "Welcome to chat room" nonstop, so probably didn't actually come through. Yeah, so Pokemon Go's actual worth. I mean, they just bought all these games for 3.5, but I would be willing to say that Pokemon Go is worth most of that. You got to figure the data Pokemon Go collected alone.
Oh yeah,
is worth so
and
fucking much.
There are still people that are religiously playing this game and religiously putting on $20 every month to get their supportive event coins. There are people who are religiously going out to the same parks or same general area, getting food at a restaurant while also getting a couple Pokeballs at a Pokestop and then returning home. There are people who are religiously doing this, like to the
Honestly, look
fine
at
point.
some of the numbers I'm seeing on here, some of the data I'm seeing on here. Looks like they probably took a loss.
Oh yeah, oh definitely. I would say
Although, I guess that begs the question of how much of the Geo stuff did they keep from Pokemon Go, that therefore that's why. Because what I'm seeing is that in 2021, Pokemon Go made $1.21 billion. This is the second year it had earned over $1 billion. So 2020, 2021, well, probably not 2020, because everyone was inside. But the game had 71 million players in 21. The highest player count reached 232 million in 2016. Niantic, the game's creator, was valued at $9 billion in 2021 because of the Pokemon Go success. The United States has seen a whopping 69 million downloads of Pokemon Go since its inception. Android users make up approximately 80% of the game's total downloads. Interesting. In its debut week in Canada, Pokemon Go made up to an impressive 13.4% of all the Android app installations. By October 2016, the game celebrated a remarkable achievement of 100 million downloads in Taiwan. And on its inaugural day in Australia, Pokemon Go was downloaded nearly 300,000 times. So, yeah, 2020, you look at them being 909, then 874 and 21, 646 and 22, and 624 and 3.
so
That's the revenues
so
we're
very
bringing in.
very small decline, but at the same time still making a metric fuck ton of money.
Well, yeah, so this is just Pokemon Go's revenue. This is just what it's bringing in the millions. I mean, you can't really argue those numbers. It's amazing.
Yeah. So selling for
So
3.5 would be a loss.
I would say it would be a loss, but at the same time, like I said, considering Niantic's next move is going into this Geo thing, all the stuff that they kept, all the infrastructure they kept, everything that they're not giving over, so that they can run that next thing, is
Yeah.
probably why, shaving off about $6 billion. Because they didn't sell the company, they just sold Pokemon Go and the other games. So I mean, yeah,
It's not hard to make a copy. Huh.
yeah. No, the real question is going to be, will it get ran into the ground?
Ooh. Considering do you want to mention what Scopely also owns?
They own a few things. So they own Monopoly Go, which basically goes, oh, you're out of dice, time to buy more. They own the Star Trek game, which kind of does the same thing. They were the ones that bought Fox Next when Disney didn't want it after Disney bought Fox, and so they ended up with Marvel Strike Force. And they own a couple other small things. They own Yahtzees with buddies and a few things like that. My experience has been that they are very heavy on the microtransactions. If you really want to get anything done, you need to be a whale.
It's a rough time for them, but hopefully Pokemon Go can still have its events that have been. Niantic runs really good events for Pokemon Go. Like, I may not play the game, but I keep hearing about the events that keep coming over into Pokemon Go. Whenever there's a new card set, like the Evolutions that was for the trading card game, they still included those really nice Evolutions with those really nice crystalline crowns on their head. They released them in Pokemon Go, and I was like, that's kind of neat. Sadly, I don't really play that, but that's neat. So I'm curious if they will hopefully keep those events going or do a handshake with Game Freak to do more. We'll see once the deal becomes final and once they actually 100% take over. Hopefully they don't run into the ground.
Time will tell.
Boop.
I'm not saying they'll run into the ground because they have not ran anything into the ground yet, from what I've seen.
Right. But time will tell.
It's one of those things that I went from being almost a day one launch player Marvel Strike Force to about a month ago I stopped playing the game forever.
Oh, did you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I can't tell you how much money I put into that game.
Bummer.
And time.
Yeah. Fortnite, we've talked about it a bunch over the last couple of weeks, and they're just adding more stuff, such as kind of like Kendrick Lamar's emote that has a nice little dance while also hearing "Humble," one of my favorite Kendrick Lamar songs, and dance is fine, but it's the fact that we're getting a lot of these really nice, vibrant artists and their songs. BB No Money has a new emote in the shop as well as. Badoop, Shohei Otani, a popular Japanese Dodgers player. We'll be talking more about him in a moment, but they are going to be including him in Fortnite as well, wearing the popular Dodgers attire as well as the samurai gear, as shown right here.
I did like that. That was pretty cool.
And I really like that this homie knows how to freaking knock him out of the park. I watched a compilation of him just fucking cracking bats. Like holy shit.
He's also a pretty good pitcher.
Is he really? Oh.
Yeah.
Let me do.
Yeah, he does both. He pitches and he hits.
Someone in the chat needs to be get out of here. You don't belong here, robot. All right.
I mean, we like robots, but this isn't the place for those kinds of robots.
Yeah, get out of here. But you know, I'm gonna do a little bit of breaking of the mold, considering we don't talk baseball too much, but Major League Baseball enters the world of Demon Slayer. So, as a lot of people are aware, Japanese baseball is very popular in Japan, and so when we get some of their really good players, that so does the fandom, the fans who are also very good animators, and they made a 2 minute long, very nicely animated feature, and I gotta say they lack of better words, knocked it out of the ballpark. With both Dodgers and Cubs, Quincy being a huge fan of the Cubs.
Cubbies.
The Cubs also have a Japanese player too. So Dodgers have Otani, and then the Cubs have Suzuki.
And damn fine animation once again. And it kind of also leans in a little bit from their tradition and being like when MLB came over to Japan, you gain new skills. They only have 7 innings instead of the 9. Very subtle changes to make the game ebb and flow, but ultimately it's pretty much the same. And in that, as said, animators really love the sport, and the animator says, "Can we do a small collaboration?" And god damn it, this was a good animation. You can go and check it out on the MLB's fucking Twitter if you want to go and check it out. Fantastic artwork, and even as soon as Otani takes that crack of the bat, you see just impact scenes, and it fantastic. I'm gonna play right here. It's gonna be maybe just another.
It was a very fun little video.
Yeah. Oh, and it's also to promote the movie that got dropped last month.
But also the Cubs Dodgers game that'll be coming in 1 week.
Oh yeah.
Actually, a day shy of a week. A week from today will be game 2 out of the 2-game set. Did I just lose chat? You there?
Yeah, I'm here. I just
Okay.
let that play.
Gotcha.
Not Ugo, but I'm here for any collaboration that wants to be happening between Demon Slayer and MLB. It said product around the collaboration will be revealed soon on their official post. So I'm very similar to the Monkey D. Luffy and Lakers collaboration that happened a couple weeks back. I am very curious to see if there's going to be more of these wonderful collaborations. A little bit of up shoe news, but it's still Fortnite related. Crocs are going to be coming to Fortnite. This post was made a couple days ago, but as of yesterday, they have been included into the Fortnite shop. And man, oh man, a lot of people were wearing them. They also included.
Do you not want?
They also included a bunch of new weapons, so that way you can have more fun moving around the power drill, both the SMG and shotgun in two hands type of thing. A lot of really cool edits. Go out there, have some fun. Fortnite's still very fun to play. And now it is shoe news. Sadly, not all of the turtles are in this collection, but I'm glad the two favorites are. Leo and Mikey are part of these really nice Hey Dude collection. Digging through them, it's just those two, as well as, I mean, if you get these youth ones, you get all of them, but sadly they're only in kid sizes. A really nice canvas style, like moccasin shoe, would you say?
I sure. I've never really understood Hey Dudes. I didn't realize that they didn't do all 4 turtles in adult sizes. That's kind of fucking lame.
Yeah, I looked at them.
I did like the pizza one. That didn't look bad.
Yeah, the pizza one does look a little bit better, but it's still that moccasin style. But I would wear them. They look really nice. On the back, it has the Hey Dude, and all 4 turtles are on the back of this one, but nothing that is screaming them individually. Um, they're not exactly also they're kind of rough priced at 55 for kids, 75 for adults.
I feel like that's actually pretty average for shoes now. If you aren't looking to spend big money on shoes,
Well, and also the collaboration.
maybe a little high. It might be a little high on the kids end, but I feel like 75 is what we're seeing a lot of for like if you're going with a brand name, not like an off-brand type of thing.
Hang on, they also have
And then, like you said, the collab.
Oh, they also. Oh, I kind of want the Patrick ones. So they also have kind of a little bit of a drift, a SpongeBob collaboration where the shoes
So
are.
what you're telling me is they're working good with Paramount.
Kind of, and then they also have another.
Paramount's got SpongeBob. Paramount's got TMNT.
Oh, do they? Huh? Maybe they do.
They got Nickelodeon.
But do they also have Hot Wheels? Who? It's Hasbro, Mattel. Who owns Hot Wheels?
I think it's Hasbro. I'll double check. But the shows have done over at Cartoon Network in the past.
Okay. But even still, they also do
Mattel.
Hot Wheels shoes. But most of these are the kid sizes. Is there adult sizes on these? Wally
Mattel for Hot Wheels.
It looks like a Guy Fieri freaking t-shirt.
Pretty much.
Does it have Hot Wheels on the inside? Okay, it has Hot Wheels on the inside of the shoe. Oh, and on the tongue. Okay, so it does have the representation there. $75. Yeah, I don't know about that one for those. But over on the other side of the world, over at Puma, Hello Kitty, we've talked about these back in late October, beginning of November. They are getting restocked. They are quite pricey at $100 for the pure white ones with the nice red or pink bow, or the black ones with the etchings of white Hello Kitties all over the place. Not too bad on them, but yes, at $100 for either or, it's a little rough for.
Those are definitely coming in
shoes.
higher than those TMNT ones.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking too much on them, but they also have t-shirts. I forgot to mention they're doing the full line. I did not know about the full line that they popped out with until today. So if you have a want for really comfortable looking Hello Kitty apparel, go and check out Puma. Let me quickly check out partnerships because they also have TMNT in here. Hang on a minute. Let me just take. Oh no, we did talk about these. Yeah, we did talk about these. We didn't talk about the clothing.
Yeah, these
though.
are the ones we've been talking about.
I do like that Krang and TMNT. Oh, I really do like this shirt though. Oh, I hope you're catching
That's
up.
pretty cool.
Yeah, okay, cool. Oh, that is really nice. $75 for the sweater crew sweatshirt. So yeah, that's worth $75, I think. But dupe. We just watched the Lilo and Stitch official trailer, dropping May 23rd, and I gotta say, it's making me excited for their live action stuff. There's a few hiccups here and there that we've kind of went back and forth on.
Beakley should be dressing as a woman.
Beakley should be dressing as a woman, but they have some new material also. So it's
I kind of don't like that they're both like wearing some kind of like cloaking thing rather than just doing bad disguises. That was always kind of fun.
the bad disguises was what made the cartoon, I think, way better. Stitch doesn't
I'm fine
look
with the
too bad.
casting for Bubbles. Stitch looks amazing. I'm fine with the casting for Bubbles. I do wish it was Ving Rhames, but I also don't know what the situation is there. Maybe he was offered and said no. Maybe he wasn't. I don't know.
I mean,
But the reflection in Stitch's eye is really good.
yeah, I was about to say they knew what they were doing as far as with spatial reasoning. Courtney B. Vance is Cobra Bubbles in the live action one, and I mean, not bad, but you're right. Ving would have been good. There was in the comment section someone said Shaq, and I was thinking about it, and I said, think about the cartoony feel he had in Shazam, and just kind of tone down the cartooniness, add a little bit more
That's
seriousness.
the thing is like Bubbles is like the main serious part of
Lilo and Stitch, but at the
Lilo
same,
and Stitch. So
but
I don't see Shaq being right for it.
okay,
I was trying to think of what I know Courtney from. And they were in Lovecraft County, which I never got around to watching. I really wanted to, but didn't get the chance to. But I know them from something.
I watched the first 3 episodes of Lovecraft County. It was okay. It didn't.
Oh, they're one of the Final Destinations.
Hunt for Red October.
Yeah, I haven't seen that forever. Space Cowboys. That's probably it.
Huh.
It could be Hunt for Red October. I haven't seen Hunt for Red October in a really long
I
time.
also haven't seen it in a very long time. But not a bad pick. Not a bad pick. He's very supportive of
Yeah, no,
the arts.
I got nothing against them. I was just saying like Ving was the one that I always kind of had had in mind. But I mean, this is who we're getting. I'm sure he's gonna do amazing.
Mm-hmm. We also watched the big old trailer for Devil May Cry, and I'm kind of on a mix-up. It looks good. It's just it feels weird. It's not bad. It's weird. Having Virgil at the end of the trailer did make me go ooh, but I don't know when this is supposed to be. I have no clue on how I'm supposed to react to Dante. I am very happy he's very egotistical, but at the same time dumb. I do enjoy that for Dante because Dante has zero social cues because he's been in hell most of his life. Cool statements for him. The original director of Devil May Cry helped produce this, so there's that hope. But then some of the CG monsters look weird. And then having Papa Roach old 2001 song was a bit odd of a choice, but I get it. That's what they were going for. I'll probably watch it. I'll probably kill the whole entire thing as soon as it drops. April 3rd. Are you gonna watch this, Q?
I know nothing about Devil May Cry, so probably not. What's the issue with Papa Roach?
Oh, nothing. It's just a very old. I would expect newer music from their actual Capcom developed music, and they actually had They had a song called Devil May Cry that could have also filled in the gaps for that. But as said, I don't know I don't know the editing floor. This could be what they're going for. It didn't stick with me.
That's a weird argument on it. I don't see why the age of the song matters. But everything uses songs that are old or new. Like if it's got the feel, it's got the feel. You know what I mean?
Okay, then this didn't. To me, it did not have the feel.
But I also don't know the stories like you do. So
Animation's fine. It's just, as I said, some CG creatures. I'll probably kill it in a day. But dude, speaking
if
of,
they release it all at once,
yeah, speaking of if I could kill it in a day, I watched the first 3 episodes of Daredevil Born Again, and god damn it, I can't wait till next Wednesday. God, it is such a good series.
I haven't watched any of it yet. I'll get to it.
Yeah, I literally can't talk anything. As soon as it's over, I will be probably doing a spoiler cast. If it needs to be just me saying shit on my own, I will. This shit is fan-fucking-tastic. I want people to watch this. I want people to catch up on Daredevil / Punisher. 10 on 10 so far. Fucking amazing work.
Yeah, I'm glad you're liking it. I'm glad that it's done well.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But doop. Divinity Original Sin 2 was a very good game. Had fantastic music, and now you can get Divinity Original Sin 2's soundtrack on a 2 LP vinyl for $43 over at the IGN store. IGN store has had a lot of collaboration stuff with Monster Hunter, other Baldur's Gate 3, and other bits and bobs that were very exclusive to this store. So if you're looking for something specific, IGN store may have something in that area. So having this be an exclusive for them is great. $43 gets you both LPs, and it's on pre-order for the next 13 days. Ending the estimated release date is May 23rd. So the pre-order will end in 13 days. Huh. I would have expected them to. Oh, they're doing limited run. Oh, so this is only if you're wanting the. So if you're wanting the limited stuff, get it now, because then it's probably just gonna be on regular.
You figure vinyls is also still kind of still slightly niche. You know, not everybody goes in for vinyls, and then having a video game vinyls.
Yeah,
adds another level to that. Like limited, I think makes sense.
Yeah. I look over at my freaking Diablo stuff, and I'm just like, yeah, you're right. It's very
Dude,
niche.
I can't tell you the last time I bought a vinyl, and none of them are video game. You know,
That's fair. That is very fair. But $43 for a good 2 LP that I would highly recommend. Divinity Original Sin. I mean, Larian Studios knows how to fucking do music. God, kaboom. Back over to the Kickstarter. Yet another one that has not launched as of yet, but will be doing soon. Alien, the role-playing game with these 3 very marvelously covered books. One of the core rules, one of Rapture Protocol, and one of Hope's Last Day. Holy cow, do these covers look fan-fucking-tastic. Can I get a better image of
those are beautiful covers.
And then further down, can I get more of the... and it has detailed weapon statistics. Getting the starter set gets you some large full-color maps, some character sheets, agenda cards, so that way you have mission protocols. You get the Xenomorph miniature if it's unlocked by that time, which I'm sure this thing's going to get back to 100% in less than an hour.
I thought it was already severely backed, wasn't it?
No, this one is launching soon.
Oh, it's not launched yet. Yeah. It's not launched yet. Yeah, okay.
But I can foresee this one probably getting boosted. The Rapture Protocol one is a different box set that uses different cards, but it uses, of course, the dice from the original. Same thing with, of course, the Hope's Last Day, and it has a lot of these really nice minis. I like the facehuggers, the queen herself walking around, the exosuit, the construction exosuit. I don't remember what this model is. It's like a constructor, right? It's been a while since I've watched Aliens.
My stream is not. Oh, it's behind the couch. Oh, it's a lift thing.
Yeah, and you get a bunch of really
I can't think
nice.
what it's called, but it's for construction. It's for lifting. It's the hydraulic lift thing. It's for lifting like cargo and moving it around.
Right. And a bunch of humanoid, and I'm sure one of these guys might be a synthoid, maybe, perhaps. Hard to tell right now.
Or at least one of them's a synth.
Yeah, probably.
You could also probably just decide that one of them is.
Yeah, because they just look just like us. They just bleed white. Something like that. I don't know. It's been a while.
It's like there's a fluid in them that it kind of looks like a runny Alfredo sauce.
Yum. I don't want to be. I don't. As much as I want to have my blood be transfused with Alfredo sauce, I think that would just be a terrible idea. Because
did you know that you can use coconut water for blood transfusions in a pinch?
Really? Oh yeah, in a pinch. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like oh hey, I'm just gonna do this instead of putting blood in me type of thing.
Yeah.
Reminder, everyone: I am not a doctor, nor do I.
I mean,
do not take medical advice from me.
ER would still hire you. But even still, I can definitely foresee this one getting a lot of money very quickly. I don't believe it had a date of when this is going to be dropped, but it has a huge subset of rules already, being like, okay, we have revised stealth, we have talents, we have stress and panic, ammo armor, zero gravity if airlock breaks, that sort of thing. Weapons and ships from Alien Romulus, so that way you can have a basis of like actual role play. And then life path character creation, which you can create your own character and throw them into the mix. I can actually really appreciate that. I really do. And then last on our little cut, one more role playing game that's heavily funded, almost 20 times over. Fallen London, the role playing game. Now, when you showed this one to me, sadly it only has 16 hours left, but I'm sure once it even ends, you'll still be able to.
The number just jumped while we were sitting here.
Yeah. It looked great. It looked fantastic. It had a nice age of mystere about it. So, London, 1899, 40 years ago, the city fell into a vast cavern beneath the earth. Now, hell is close, immortality is cheap, and the traitor Empress Victoria still reigns. Devils and betentacled people walk the streets. The cloaked and mysterious masters control the city's commerce from a towering building covered in words of fire. And that immediately clicked in, and I was like, oh, this shit's fucking cool. They have a lot of lore. They have a lot of the concerns that are to building this sort of thing that are no longer concerns because you guys have the funding to kind of fight back most of these concerns. But however, their ventures, they said once this one's funded, they are going to continue building upon their system called the, pardon me if I don't know how to pronounce the AE put together, the Adena system. I don't quite know what that word means, but it is built for flexibility with a central dice mechanism alongside more complex and intricate conflict systems to flesh out exciting moments. And they basically say, here's all these subset of dice. Here's your you either hit, you do more hit, you do a lot of hit, or you don't, and you have to either retreat or confine yourself, steal your will for what may come. I can appreciate that. It's a lot more quick and painless instead of having to do a lot of math. There are 4 different types of main attributes: dangerous, persuasive, watchful, and shadowy. Where each one kind of seems to be pulling from different traits of the common causality, such as dangerous is more strength, persuasive is more wit, watchful is observation, and shadowy is more stealth. I
like seeing new game concepts come out that aren't just more D&D.
Yeah, I am also. Don't get me wrong, I am here for the D&D add-ons, just as long as they have like Helianas. I thoroughly support Helianas, which was just monster hunting. I love Monster Hunter. This on its own is fantastic, and they have a bunch of very interesting things, such as Devil Bone dies, which have the bits and bobs for the storytelling, as well as a bunch of D6 set called the Neath Bow dice, where you can add it for $80, comparing to whatever tier you get. So for $80 extra, you get these fantastic looking mirrored multicolored dice that have this liquid core and just reflects both light and dark. I would love to see these in motion. There's art prints, dice trays, cloth maps of the city, dice bags, tote bags, digital items that are across their own almost digital availability, because it has PDF as well as dice roller sets and browser games. There is a freebie you can collect. Forget the bird. What is that bird that you can get? I think it's a familiar, but here we go. An acquisitive magpie advisor that you get for the digital game. It likes to collect things: jewelries, bones, dice, stories. It shares some with you. The best things you'll never see again. And so if you go to fallenlondon.com, you can claim a free companion up until March 13th, tomorrow, which is when the Kickstarter ends. So if you're here
It's
early
also when the Steam sale starts.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh shit! So yeah,
This,
head
this,
over there
this spring
tomorrow.
one.
Oh boy. I'm not spending no more money. I already bought Wilds. But that's all I got for today.
That's all I got.
All right, let's do ending here. Thank you guys for joining us. Remember to like and subscribe where you can. Remember to check the links down in the description for Humble Bundle. Sure, we may not be supported right now, but of course, it's always supporting the charities. That's what we put forward. Check out Zenny. They are running their IQ glasses still for the next week and a half. Get a pretty nice pair of glasses for under $50. Check out Hero Forge. Build up a nice little miniature of your D&D or other tabletop character for very inexpensive. And check out our socials. Quincy's over on Threads. Haven't been posting anything, Q?
Not a thing.
Not a thing. I've been doing more on Twitter.
Yeah, I'm not the best. I'm not the best at actively posting.
Yeah, me neither. I'm not. I keep popping over to Blue Sky, and I'm like, there's nothing over here for wrestling. Oh, there's stuff over on Twitter, so I'm on Twitter still. So I'll probably
Gross.
I hide all the things I don't want to see, so I don't see them.
It's not even about that anymore. You know, it's so much more nowadays.
I know. I'll work it out. I'll work it out. Trust. This country is bizarre.
It sucks rebuilding.
It does. At the end of days, at the end of weeks, at the end of months, at the end of years, please, for the love of God, love one another. It is most certainly free to do. Good night, everyone.
Bye, everyone.